So as always we breathe. We place our focus upon the breath. It leads us inwards. It also leads us into relaxation in the body. And we are connected both with the body and with the divine that flows through from our crown and above. So we simply breathe. We breathe in the light of spirit. We breathe in all these higher dimensional frequencies, for they are constantly being sent and in the very air that we breathe. And we can direct our breath to our high heart, to our third eye, wherever we choose. And we find gradually we move away from the busy mind. As we move more deeply into sensation, we find that the light of spirit is moving through the entire body, into every cell, and the sensation of this moves one away from the attraction to the mind, for the attraction to the flow of light becomes stronger. So we are in a time now where we are awakening and rising into higher consciousness. We find our perception begins to change. We feel differently within ourselves, and we know that something is taking place, something wonderful. So we accept the suffering of the body, making us feel unwell or uncomfortable, lacking in the energy that we used to have for mundane chores and physical work. And no doubt you are also finding that you no longer have such an interest in the things that you desired so much. The inner self becomes much more desirable than the outer world. The Arcturians, of course, are with us. As well as the Sirians and the wonderful beings of Sirius and their very beautiful Sirian energy. As you simply allow yourself to receive the blue light of Sirius, together with the blue light of Arcturus, is surrounding our circle and each one within it. We know there is nothing to do as we simply rest within and allow these energies to come to us. Sirius, receiving the divine feminine from the central sun and magnifying, amplifying it to send to us. It softens us, it brings us into our gentleness, our fineness and our sensitivity, and we discover that the higher the being is, the more gentle is its energy, and yet the most powerful. And as we are receiving these increasingly higher frequencies from the higher realms, the gentleness of the energy has such power within it. So we are in a position where we can receive so much if we simply allow it to enter. Energy, of course, the energy of light, is conscious, is intelligent, is information. And our human minds at the moment are not quite yet able to interpret what is being received. So we accept that we do not need to know, for of course it is not the ego self that the downloads are meant for. It is our divine self which we are each experiencing more and more as we continue to move into our high heart, more and more deeply into our core. So within our high heart, we naturally trust. We trust in the divine and quietly moving ever more closely towards Source. And we know that our ego self, the humanness, has much to be released in order to be able to fully embody, integrate the light body and our Christ itself. So when these lower vibrational aspects of self rise up within us, know that it is part of the releasing of what needs to be cleared, and face the challenge in a positive way. Do not feel, I don't want this, I want to remove it, I don't like this uncomfortable feeling. Bring your love, compassion, kindness and caring from your high heart to simply observe these painful parts of self. The basis of all is really fear, and when you recognize the fear within you, simply use the breath. Breathe consciously. consciously into the self and consciously into the part which is afraid, anxious, stressed, whatever. Accepting this part of yourself. It loses its power when giving love and acceptance. So Giuliano Helioa have placed a corridor of blue light around our circle and around each one. They invite us to rise up into this corridor of blue light and all together to project ourselves by thought through our third eye to the starship Athena. So we take a breath and move through our third eye with our thought to the starship Athena. This is where you find your fifth dimensional self. There is the chamber waiting for each one of us. Not just a healing chamber this time, but much more. So take your place in your healing chamber where you can lie down or sit as you wish. Your fifth dimensional self, of course, is with you. So we are each receiving healing and assistance for the physical body during this time. So spend a little time aware of the beautiful, loving Arcturians that are with you here. Your fifth dimensional self. Your guides and teachers. And as the Arcturians are in consciousness of the oneness, you find the Sirians and many others are forming one consciousness, working with each one of us. For not only are we receiving the most appropriate healing that we need, which is often the release of fear, but we are also receiving great downloads, higher frequencies of light, DNA activations, new knowledge, and all that is required for us to become united with the powerful beings of light that we truly are. For this connection is most necessary for the role which we are to play upon this planet. You will all be tested. You will all have your ups and downs. But find your strength within and know that we are always at your side. And whenever you need us, you simply ask for support, for love, to raise your frequency, whatever you require. But do not try to hide from your fears, your anxieties, what you see as problems. Let them be, and do not judge yourself for being human. So allow the energies to work through you. And you feel more and more the divine being of light that you are. Allow your focus, your consciousness to flow into your being of light. You make a little effort to lift yourself towards the light of self, which is descending over you and through you as you meet each other halfway. The starship itself is conscious, consciousness, intelligent. And you feel its peace. Its bliss. how all is free from fear. Your lower vibrational thoughts and emotions seem to have no power here, and they can simply drift away. And the sense of your own I am continues to amplify within you. And you find it is like there is a window there, and you can look out and see the planets, the stars, and the whole galaxy. You may feel drawn to the star Sirius, to the beings of Sirius, the royal lion beings. And it is possible, if you wish, from the starship to move outwards through Giuliano's column of blue light and travel by thought to Sirius. Some of you may see or hear, but you will all feel where you are. You may have memories coming to you of your aspect of self on Sirius. All the energy that is pouring into you from Sirius, you will be able to take back with you to the earth and your earthly body. Sirius is known as our spiritual sun. You may feel the central sun and the energy that is entering through your crown. You are receiving through all your chakras, including, of course, your high heart. For the beauty and the love of the light of Sirius is firstly entering in and also drawing you towards it, towards them. So the energies being received from Sirius will continue throughout this month, and the Divine Feminine will be predominant within you. As the mother energy increases, as it balances out with the masculine, you will find the mother energy within you that you naturally have compassion, kindness and caring for all those parts of self that you have judged and rejected. You will not need to learn to love yourself, for it will be natural and automatic. And as you love these fearful parts, the traumatized parts, and parts that are still in pain, you can bring them back into the fold, allowing yourself to come back to wholeness. Mother Sekhmet, of course, there to lead you through in her soft, warm energy. Here, free from fear, your light continues to expand. as your consciousness rises into higher consciousness, you experience the divine being of light that you are through many dimensions. Yourself is so much more. The little self, the ego mind, the human self becomes just a tiny part of who you are. So remember that when we begin to return, you bring with you all that you have received, and you are able to return to Sirius whenever you wish, always travelling through the blue corridor of light provided by Juniano and Helio are. So it is time through their corridor to move slowly back to your healing chamber on the starship Athena. So, you are already there. You can begin to leave your healing chamber now, and we all come together outside, where we are greeted by so many beautiful Arcturians. We give them our thanks and gratitude as we prepare to move down the blue corridor and back into our bodies. And we arrive down through our crown in perfect alignment into the sensation of the body, our aura, and our feet upon the ground. Feel, take note of how your consciousness has changed, how differently you feel and how the body has much to adjust to as the brilliance of the light continues to flow through you and down into the earth, connecting to the crystalline core, the magnetic center of the earth. And the earth and yourself, all part of the galactic consciousness, the galactic oneness, no longer just a physical body. Simply breathe. Be in your heart space and know that nothing more is required of you, that all is taking place for you. And there is no judgment of your humanness.